Hi, it's Ellen again with evidence number 42 of 1,000 evidences for the LDS Church. Today we'll be talking about an ancient Jewish temple in Arabia, and that's quite surprising since Arabia is a Muslim country. However, the temple was built before the Islamic period. It's interesting that the Muslims would have history of such a temple. This is in part a continuation of what we said about Lehi in Arabia and his followers. By the way, some of you were doing some fact checking and indicated that you weren't able to find Lehi in some of the source material. You need to realize that, and I apologize for not mentioning this earlier, that the name Lehi has various spellings. We spell it in the Book of Mormon as L-E-H-I, but people, non-Latter-day Saints, would have the latitude of spelling it in other ways, which are still phonetic. One of the common ways of the Lihyanite spelling is L-I-H-Y. And also, by the way, the same thing could be said for the information we gave about the Jewish legends of Lehi in outside of Jerusalem, the cave of Lehi. That name, translated from the Jewish legends, was not spelled L-E-H-I. I think it was spelled more like L-E-I, and with a very soft H sound. So in all this fact checking, please be patient and be aware that there are various spellings for the words, and quite often they're quite close phonetically to the words that we have in the Book of Mormon. This temple, mentioning the temple that was built by the Lihyanite, they undoubtedly had this information from Lehi himself. We know that Lehi knew about the importance of temples because he and his people built a temple in the Promised Land in the Americas, and they said that they patterned it after Solomon's temple. And that's the description we have for this temple in Arabia. They say it has the similar measurements of the Temple of Solomon and similar size. They also have the ruins. And by the way, the temple is in ruins, but there's enough of it left where they can see the size and the length and the width. And they also noted that there, in front of the temple, there was a circular structure that would be similar to the brazen sea as described in the Old Testament that stood in front of the later temple, Herod's temple. This circular structure is very significant. It's created a lot of interest. It's a tourist attraction. People find it very curious that a temple fitting the description of Solomon's would be found in Arabia. And we appreciate one of the viewers who commented on this temple. I forget her name, but it was very interesting that some of you viewers are aware of this and have visited the site and noted that that it was quite similar to Solomon's. The information we have is that the temple itself and the area had Judean elements. It says here the presence of Judean elements in the whole Lihyanite civilization as well as the temple itself. This comes from G. Levi de la Vida. He's the professor, director of Al-Saudia School at Al-Is. I'm sorry about my inability to pronounce A.J. Drews reports that Hebrew inscriptions have been found in the area of El Ula, the same vicinity of the Lihyanite temple font. And this is all, these sources are found in the Encyclopedia of Islam, 1963, edition 1, volume 3, page 27, and then edition 2, volume 5, page 172. These things are also discussed in a secondary source, Lynn and Hope Hilton, Discovering Lehi, published in Utah, 1996, page 85, and also page 97 to 99. This is another interesting evidence that coincides with the Book of Mormon in particular and the church in general. We hope that you're able to join us again for episode number 43. Thanks for now.